Now, sports coverage you can count on.
Masters Week technically begins on Monday, but on Sunday, the drive, chip, and putt event has become sort of the unofficial kickoff since its inception in 2014. And for the first time in its 5-year history, a local golfer from the CSRA is one of 80 finalists who will compete at Augusta National Golf Club.
This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and I want to be great at it.
Greatness knows no age.
It was the second shot on the par 4 at Torrey Pines. I had to hit it under a tree and cut it through a bunker. Very narrow. It's like threading a needle.
9-year-old Luke Parsons executed that shot to win his second Junior World Championship.
Congratulations.
I love hitting hard shots under pressure.
His memory and attention to detail are simply remarkable.
The year he won at Pinehurst, how many times did you play that course? 40 times?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah.
Like we play it like 40 times to the point where we remember every single yard. And there's that triangle to the right.
Luke's father, Tim, introduced him to golf when he was 4.5 years old.
I think part of it is just being obsessed with detail, like with me when I'm doing microsurgery.
I like visualizing the putt going in.
And now that methodical, surgical approach has guided Luke to golf's hallowed grounds.
I've never been to the Masters.
But that changes on April 1st.
Many pros play there and many people go there, but I'm actually going there to compete and win.
That's right, Luke is one of 80 finalists who will compete in the 5th annual drive, chip, and putt competition at Augusta National, and the first from the CSRA.
It means a lot to me. I mean, this is like a small golf course, and it feels great to represent it.
We're 45 minutes from Augusta, and it's just phenomenal that we have a kid that plays and practices here that will compete to drive, chip, and putt.
Luke practices at Sweetwater Country Club in Barnwell, but his family moved from the Bay Area of California to Sally, South Carolina 5 years ago.
The staff at Pebble Beach said, really, the golf is southeast. The Medical College of Georgia and USC, they wanted me to come here as a consultant, and we looked right between those two spots, and it was Sally.
Luke has certainly made his community proud, but it's a full-time gig playing over 80 tournaments a year as just a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I think I took a day off on last year. It was Christmas. We played on my birthday,
Did
right?
you play?
Yeah.
He has fun with his remote control cars and airplanes, and we balance things out.
Check the wind.
It's in my back and blowing left.
But when it's time to practice, it's time to practice.
He is very serious about what he does. I mean, a lot of kids come out, want to drive the carts, have fun. He's focused about what he does.
And it shows, especially in competition.
Oh, too hard.
That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good.
Yes!
Close it right there. This kid's on
Goodness. But it's only the beginning for young Luke, who expects to return to Augusta National down the road.
I'm going there to compete and win. I think when I turn pro and I'm right there, I'm going to remember that moment.
And joins us with a look at the events.
Today, the unofficial start to the Masters. We've got the little guys and girls out here, ages 7 to 15, for the drive, chip, putt competition. The pros out here warming up as well. It's like the tailgate to the Masters. And here at Augusta National, they tailgate like no one else.
Day one and first time out here for many.
First time ever.
When you walked in the gate? It's surreal.
Terry Lockhart
Are you a golfer yourself? No, I'm not. Married to one, though.
picked up a bag from the brand new gift shop to remember her trip and rock her colors.
This particular bag actually reflects my sorority colors, Alpha Kappa Alpha, so shout out to the Sorors.
David and Julie Williams bought a hat for their 3-year-old grandson.
So he's going to grow up to be a golf lover.
I hope he's over there participating in 10 years.
He's pointing to one of the spots for today's drive, chip, putt competition for junior golfers like Ty and Chia. He was the overall winner for his age group, and it came down to the last event.
I was so nervous when he hit his first putt. And then I was like, yes.
Brooke Bierman's whole family came from St. Louis to watch her compete.
It was nerve-wracking, of course, but it was still awesome getting to walk around like you were a player.
She won the putt portion for her age group, but seemed more excited about getting pro golfer Adam Scott's autograph.
I'll hang it up in my room forever, probably.
Many of the big-name pros were out here warming up today.
We saw Bubba. We saw John Rahm.
Right.
We saw Billy Horschel. We saw Angel Cabrera.
Right.
And they'll be out here tomorrow for the first day of practice rounds.
From Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF News Channel 6.
WJBF Sports Director Nathan Palm has more.
From Sally, South Carolina, Luke Parsons.
At about 8:15 Sunday morning, Luke Parsons of Sally, South Carolina became the first local CSRA participant in the drive, chip, and putt national finals at Augusta National Golf Club. Several weeks ago, Luke told us he was coming to Augusta to win the drive, chip, and putt finals. After placing 5th in driving, 4th in chipping, and 3rd in putting, Luke came in 3rd place overall. Maybe not what he'd hoped for, but still taking hardware back from the home of the Masters.
I remember the trophy and all the stuff that I got. I thought that the greens were really fast and there wasn't a single blade of grass out of place.
But Luke nearly drained his putts from 15 and 30 feet, part of a special and nerve-wracking morning he got to spend with his dad.
Oh, I thought I was going to pass out. I mean, I thought I would much rather be in surgery than watching him compete.
It was great because I know that my dad loves me and he put in a lot of work to help me get to this level.
A level that was a bit surreal on Sunday.
Well, I never thought that I would putt on Augusta National.
This was Luke's first time at Augusta National Golf Club, but it will not be his last. As a participant in the drive, chip, and putt finals, he and his family get tickets to Monday's practice round, and Luke says that won't be his only time putting on the 18th green at Augusta National. He plans to be back here one day as a participant in the Masters. Reporting from Augusta National Golf Club, Nathan Palm, WJBF Sports.
Ashley Osborne talked to a lot of the folks as they were loading up on some of their Masters finest.
Welcome to the Masters.
Okay, so y'all spent some time in there. How did you describe it?
A zoo.
Organized chaos.
Bag after bag, carried out of the brand new main gift shop.
I got hats, shirts, jackets, pullovers, visors,
Towels, some t-shirts.
You know, this is for wine, green for red and white for white.
And they waited in a line that wrapped around the building to get it all.
The wait's actually not that bad though.
It moved pretty quickly, and it's a lot of fun. It's part of the buzz.
It's worth the wait.
It's double the floor space as the one before it.
This is a monster. It's sort of like Toys R Us for adults.
Crews started building in May and finished in 20 weeks.
So they obviously spared no expenses there.
Complete with 64 registers for faster checkout.
So much better. I mean, the layout's nice. You're just going to move around a little bit better, even though it's real crowded right now.
Per usual, out-of-towners can ship stuff home, and the spot to do that's bigger as well, but some have another strategy.
I'm going to just take all of my laundry and put it in my golf bag, and then I'm going to take all of this stuff and put it in my real bag.
There are 385 mannequins, even a dog model. 125 different headwear styles, and hats are the most popular item. And for some patrons, this brand new main gift shop was their first stop.
Well, because there's a lot of cool stuff that you can't get anywhere else.
Others went out and bought a camera specifically for the Masters.
That noise sounds like 2005. The wind up and click of a disposable camera is not something you're likely to hear in the age of the iPhone selfie.
I ran to Walgreens at 9 o'clock last night to buy one. It was the last one.
And when the Australian patron started snapping pictures, he thought, how am I going to develop these?
I said, people still develop these. I suppose they do.
This Mississippi State University student's less concerned with the hard copy.
Still, we didn't even realize how to get them from the develop to our phones yet.
So no Instagram for now.
So we're ready to show all our friends what all the good pictures we got.
Still, the disposable camera did the trick. Until it didn't.
Ran out before we thought we were going to.
Sisters Chris Hansen and Jackie Samuelson.
Sis, we got to get some cameras.
Bought new ones specifically for the Masters.
Well, I went for quality and I went for a better deal.
Others had a camera already, but it was buried in the past.
In the junk drawer.
Wipe the dust off.
And you can't talk about the cameras of the Masters and not mention these. The big TV ones sports reporters like our own Nathan Palm and Zach Hughes used to shoot the pros.
How does it feel year 3 out here?
And the even bigger ones the national networks used to broadcast the tournament to the world. Terry Moore said he had to capture his own footage before he died.
The clock is ticking, and I don't know what time it is. It could be the fourth quarter, I might be in overtime.
He came sporting a fancy camera.
Now I'm trying to get the amen corner. My favorite is Tiger Woods, so I had to check and see when he's playing.
And checking to see is something the disposable users can't do.
One of the ladies took a photo and I said, oh, did you check it? And she's looking and then she realized.
For Doug Gim, this week's the first time he's marking his ball and driving it towards the fastest greens in golf. During Monday's practice round, he teed off with fellow Texas Longhorn Jordan Spieth.
And the crowds are huge, and it was the first time I ever played in front of a crowd like that, and it was like a dream come true to play with him.
Gim thought the reality hit him when he got his invitation, but says he was wrong.
The first time where I actually felt the gravity of it all was when I came in on Saturday and saw all the leaderboards, and I was like, what did I get myself into?
His caddy looking over his shoulder this week at Augusta National, and has been his entire life. Doug is Jeff and Susan Gim's second child.
The other day I felt like a queen. I was inside the boat.
We're blessed.
Jeff will lead the way for Doug from hole to hole on golf's biggest stage.
How honored are you that he chose you, his dad, to be here?
Oh, just thankful. I'm so thankful.
Jeff says he's impressed with the confidence and skill at which his sons navigated the course.
Hey son, you ready? Let's kick their butt, just get them, all right. I just taught them like this.
It was Jeff's dream to be a professional golfer, so he raised his son to be one.
He was my path now, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him and proud of him.
I always wanted as a kid to have my dad caddy for me at the Masters, and to be here as an amateur and have him on the bag is special. And he's been there every step with me, and it means a lot to me to have him there and have him see what the crowds are like. I mean, it's a dream come true.
Gim narrowly missed the Masters a few years ago, and a second chance at this tournament is rare for amateurs. Gim will take his on Thursday. Reporting from Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF News Channel 6. We caught up with some people who were lucky enough to win their way into the Masters via the lottery.
20 years is a long time to do anything every year. That's how long Mitch and Betty Ann Mooneyham have waited.
Been trying to win tickets to the Masters. 2 ones.
And this year,
congratulations, you can buy 2 tickets.
Is the year.
I think she heard me on the other end of the house.
He comes running in from the office, Guess what I got after all these years?
Others had beginner's luck.
1 year.
Wow.
First time.
You've done it how many?
It's probably been 10 years. We actually had a friend enter, and they got tickets their very first try.
So why is he here and they're not? Well, they've struck a deal where their friends enter to increase the winning odds.
Nice neighbors that don't play golf.
And then they sell him the tickets.
Total cost is, I think, $65 or $70.
First time around, they didn't win the lottery and had to buy tickets outside the gates.
We paid top dollar.
Which is?
I don't want to say.
Some also won the chance to leave their cold weather cities behind.
I mean, the weather's perfect, so you win the lottery in more ways than one.
This crowd didn't have Masters luck.
We just paid through the nose.
Their lottery attempt was unsuccessful.
So we decided just to buy them on the open market.
And after 7 years of entering, this patron was more excited for his guest than himself.
I was pretty excited to be able to take my dad and be able to come out here and see all this. It's pretty incredible.
Giggles from adorable Masters caddies. Many pros have little tykes on the bag for the par 3 contest. Relieving the usual caddy for local pro Wesley Bryan is his wife Elizabeth.
Best looking woman on property.
Making even a white coverall look good.
It feels pretty good. It's a little big, but overall, rolled up. I need to be a little bit taller, so I just rolled up the pants legs, and I think we'll be good.
And when it comes to who's the boss out on the course?
I think Wesley is. I don't think that I'll have to do too much today.
If she doesn't give you the club you want, you're going to fire her?
Absolutely not. If she gives me a bad read, though, that might be a fireable offense.
The couple's known each other since pre-K and they're high school sweethearts, living just a few miles from Augusta National.
Something we drive by pretty frequently, multiple times a week, but you can't ever come down Magnolia Lane, so just being here is a neat experience.
Lonica Lyle has 3 brothers and says this is how she beat them to the gig.
I don't know. I'm here with my oldest brother, and it was my birthday on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, so I think that kind of wrangled me in a space today. I was like, I'm coming, I'm doing it.
Scottish pro Sandy Lyle won the Masters in 1988.
Well, I think it being his 30th anniversary, sort of really the whole family are here to celebrate him, and he loves this course.
She's thankful the par 3 is simply a lighthearted tradition.
He knows what he's doing, I just follow along and act like I know what I'm doing, so.
Today, the last relaxing one for the pros. You see the ground crews getting the course ready for tournament play tomorrow. Reporting from the 2018 Masters at Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF News Channel 6. When they see patrons in their colors, cheers of camaraderie are even louder.
Arr. Go Cox.
OH.
IO.
War Eagle.
Go Wildcat. Go Dog.
Y'all are quite the presence as you're walking in with your Georgia gear on. Why'd you support the G here out at the Masters?
Well, I'm a Georgia graduate. I love the Bulldogs, and I can say go Dogs.
Y'all see some Auburn fans, some Florida Gators?
You can usually smell them before they get to you.
You have a Gator shirt underneath. I have a Gator belt on. We also have a daughter that went to University of Georgia. I mean, that was terrible. I couldn't sign the checks.
Why are you wearing your garnet and gold?
Because I love my school, man.
I said gross.
And if I see any Miami fans, I might say a little something as well.
I spent many years at Ohio State, a couple of degrees, so definitely a long time Ohio State fan.
I don't know who else you would rep. Anybody but Ohio State.
You just missed some. We just
Oh,
some
that's good. I'm glad I missed them.
We left Tennessee.
Yeah, I can tell. You guys all got it on. Was this like a decision that you made together or just happened?
It's all we own.
Well, we got Jordan Spieth in the field.
So why'd you come out rocking the tree?
I was hoping that Pat Rogers would be out here, and I was disappointed he wasn't in the starting field. He should be, but we got Tigers, so Tigers a Stanford boy.
So you got any golfers out there?
Yes, we do. We have Charlie Hoffman, one of my good friends, Adam Scott, Ryan Moore, and I believe those are the only three that are in there from UNLV. So go Rebels.
Lots of Oklahoma State golfers in the field this week.
And you got an Oklahoma fan right here.
Boomer! That's the only thing they beat us is in wrestling. And baseball.
We like each other, except for when we play each other.
Except for when we're playing each other.
But since we win most of the times, it's all good.
How many OU golfers are playing this week?
Let's see here.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Here at the Masters on the first day of tournament play, we talked to two gentlemen who've walked these grounds every year for 5 decades. And between their two families, they have every Masters covered since 1934. You have an impressive accomplishment. What is it?
55 years attending the Masters in a row.
Indiana native Michael Parks
Started in 1963.
has the shirt to prove it.
Who won that year?
That was Jack Nicklaus's first win.
And how things have changed.
The cost of that badge was $15 to go all 4 days.
And even with his remarkable streak,
My dad went to the first 50 Masters golf tournaments.
Philip Pitts
I've been coming since I was like 6 years old.
has him beat.
How many do you think total that you've gone to?
Over 65.
What is the biggest change from a 6-year-old you to where you are now?
Oh, the beauty and all the improvements they've made on the course year after year after year.
Are you passing on the legacy to your children or grandchildren?
Yes, I bring in one of our grandchildren and my brother's grandchildren. I'm on the program where they can bring in a junior patron, and that's really a real treasure to have that and pass it on to the younger generation.
Do your grandchildren duke it out? Do they want to fight for who gets to come with Granddad this year?
Oh, yeah. We bring one every day.
So between the two of y'all,
Got all the Masters covered, I'd say that. I started in 63. His dad would have been back in 34.
1934 was the first
34 was
Masters
the first
tournament.
And this year marks the completion year for the commemorative pins, the first released in 2001 representing the first hole. Parks now has all 18. From the 2018 Masters at Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF, News Channel 6. We talked to people trying to navigate that balance out on the course. Time at Augusta National seems to freeze after a drive, while the pros wait for a favorable drop. And the greens are not the only hard read at the Masters. With no phones allowed, time can be hard to tell also. Can you do me a huge favor?
Sure, yeah. What can I do for you?
Will you tell me what time it is?
It is right around probably 9:30, right?
Yeah. 9:35.
Yeah.
But you didn't know, how come?
I don't have my cell phone on me, and I don't have a watch.
Will you tell me what time it is?
I have no idea. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Can you tell me what time it is?
It's Masters time.
Some describe themselves as old school.
I wear my watch every day, so I look at it probably more than I look at my phone for time.
Tiger tees off at 10:43, so about an hour from now.
For others, it was a conscious decision.
I had to because I knew I wasn't going to have my phone, so I had to run upstairs and I was like, oh, I got to go get my watch.
The next generation,
Have you been to the Masters before?
No, first time.
telling much more than time.
Steps in your heart rate and your calories.
Andrew and his dad have walked off a pimento cheese sandwich or two.
4,326.
And it's not even 10 o'clock yet. That's what I'm talking about.
This guy and his crew are avoiding the time.
You know, we're going to try to walk all the holes.
Okay.
And then once we've walked all the holes, then we're going to go try to find the big players.
All right, so you're not really on a time schedule.
No, no time schedule. No phone, no email, no time schedule.
I need a red 4.
Bogey, 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 bogey.
Tough night.
Speed's just double bogeyed 1.
The main scoreboard at Augusta National,
Simpson, give him a birdie 3 on 3.
where you can follow the action
Conditions are much tougher today. You get somebody's scores.
without following the action.
That's exactly right. And when you get 74 years old, let it come to you.
And have the scores laid out right before your eyes.
You got your seats right in the middle, right in front. What are y'all doing?
We make 15 $5 bets, and I'm figuring them out right now, and damn it, I'm down 2 right now.
Oh no. How many years you been coming to the Masters?
This is the 50th.
And how has it changed in all those years?
Not hardly any. Not hardly any.
And there is a new addition this year. That number 13 you see next to Sergio Garcia's name. We're told up until yesterday, 12 was the highest number, and 13 had to be specially printed.
And what about numbers picked up the most? The men and women who make the changes tell us they grab 9 and 6 a bunch since they're interchangeable. They say they also use a lot of black 3s and 4s.
Par 4 on 1.
The color coded,
Okay.
and the light greens, for instance, is a bogey.
We've got black. What is that?
That's par, and red, which is either an eagle or a birdie.
See, there's an eagle up there on the Sandy Lyle score. Yellow.
And with no cell phones out here, this big guy, sandwiched in between the gift shop and the number 1 fairway, plays another important role on top of showing the rankings.
Well, actually, I was meeting a group of people here, so this was our meeting spot. So we're going to go from here out to the course.
I can't believe all these are uppies. You must have gotten all the lowies.
And it's the place where many plan out their day.
Tiger Woods, 127.
We're waiting to go see Tiger in an hour.
Reporting from the 2018 Masters at Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF News Channel 6.
In this sea of umbrellas, rain ponchos, and gloomy weather, there was a small break in the clouds today that caused lots of smiles as 2 people start their lives together. Andrew Doolittle and Taylor Carpenter grew up in Aiken County.
I always lived in North Augusta. She's more from the Graniteville area.
Andrew says he first noticed Taylor in the cafeteria at Midland Valley High.
I was a sophomore, she was a freshman.
That's when he decided he had to get to know her.
I messaged her on Twitter actually, and got her number. And I was really interested in just kind of sparks flew from there.
During their 4 years together, the high school sweethearts have shared proms, football games, holidays, and multiple Masters tournaments. They've even worked together here at Augusta National.
So the Masters is a pretty special place for us. So I wanted to ask you, will you marry me? Here you go. There you go.
She said yes.
The couple will celebrate their engagement surrounded by people, but seemingly alone, removed from the outside world in this cell phone-less oasis.
I don't even know if my family knows.
I talked to your dad.
You did?
Yeah.
I was not expecting it at all. I was just like...
I was extremely nervous.
Did you actually say the word yes?
Yes.
She did. I did hear it.
managed to get it out.
She said it a couple times.
I mean, this is pretty great. I mean, the Masters is beautiful and special place.
Andrew says he popped the question because he couldn't imagine life without Taylor.
Just find the one you can't live without, and that's the one, and here she is.
I'm gonna blush.
Reporting from the 2018 Masters at Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF News Channel 6.
And she joins us with the strategy behind why patrons put their chairs in certain spots.
To get these seats here at the 18th hole, people wake up and get in line well before the sun comes up. And the difference between row 3 and row 10 could be a matter of seconds. We start at the end. The most coveted seat in the world today is a spot in front of the 18th green at Augusta National. The gallery's filled, security tallying chairs before sunrise is even over. Members have priority, so the first rows are taken before guards allow patrons inside. Chaz and Sam
It's worth
waking up early for it.
Got in the first non-member row.
We drove from Greenwood, South Carolina. We got up at 3:45.
Which landed them here around 5 a.m. They say there was already about 100 people in front of them, waiting for the gates to open.
Everyone's speed walking.
Because even in the mad dash to the 18th, no running is allowed.
So everyone's running into each other. His shoelace came untied. We were tripping all over the place.
Why get up so early to make you here? I mean, why is it worth it?
See history, see Rory win it.
Yeah, we might get to see the 6th career Grand Slam ever.
So their spot choice is obvious. Another area that needs little explanation, Amen Corner.
It was mesmerizing.
For Hugo and James, these seats provide more than just beauty.
We could see people coming in, teeing off, and then driving over.
This tactic of positioning yourself between multiple holes is practiced by many.
The balls are going to be coming right here. We get a chance to see this hole. We get a chance to see them tee off on the next hole.
For Catherine Lucky,
look at the pin placement today.
Her spot is tradition.
When we first started coming, there were no ropes, no anything. And we had a blanket here and a blanket on 18. Then they cut us down to one chair. And I just love 9.
She's sat along the walkway of the 9th hole every year for 51 years.
To some, 9 would seem kind of random. Why you love it?
Sometimes it's won or lost on 9.
No matter where you sit in the morning, the 9th, the 12th, or the breakfast table, come Sunday evening, golf fans around the world watch the 18th hole as the 2018 champion puts on the green jacket. At the 2018 Masters at Augusta National Golf Club, Ashley Osborne, WJBF, News Channel 6.